Hey there, YouTube. This is Aaron again. Today I'm just, thinking about a few things, like what's going on here on our planet. Um, Currently, right now, I'm doing a 4-day water fast. It's from today, which is Thursday, until Monday. Monday, I will break the fast with some grapes or something, like a big bowl of grapes. And right now, I'm just feeling amazing, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I'm feeling amazing. So the things that's going on in our world, what I want to discuss is the energy parasites that are out there. The ones behind the curtain and the puppets, that they're using, to spew out the negative energy they're spreading. And my thoughts on it is that it's making it very hard for people to get into a state of realization of self-awareness. People are struggling to be self-aware because they're too caught up in the drama and the mess and all the distractions that's going on here on this planet. People are sitting in front of television sets every day. Some people all day, especially when they're not out working or doing something else or handling situations that have to do with their kids. Like, everything in this existence is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Left and right, up and down and around. Everything is energy. And there is no way around it. It's inevitable to face yourself. You're going to have to face yourself. You're going to have to surrender to what's going on the inside. You got to surrender to it, because if you don't, it's just going to continue to eat away at you. Most things here in society, video games, television, Netflix, even many times YouTube, tons of things, magazines, your friends, certain family members, a lot of things take you away from your true nature. And that is to be self-aware, spiritually conscious. You have to open yourself up to the spiritual world of light and energy. You have to let it become part of you again, because many people, they're walking around like zombies. You're a zombie because you're distracted. You can't see things for what it really is. If you're not doing your own research on any kind of subject matter, rather that have to do with what's going on now, presently, in society. I'm not going to say it because of many of the guidelines here on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about, what's been going on all year. If you're walking around with a face covering on, if you're walking around telling people to stay safe from a virus that is not deadly at all, like, people are not dying from that virus. People are dying from pneumonia. People are dying from cancer. People are dying from heart attacks. People are dying from strokes. People are dying from their own madness. It's the madness that's killing people. They're killing themselves with madness, and they're killing others with madness, with wars. suicide, you know, violent crime in the streets, all of this stuff, bad foods, cigarette smoke, weed smoke, cigar smoke. Now with cannabis, if a person decides to use cannabis and everything like that, don't smoke it, you know, drink it in a tea, you know, add it as a seasoning to your dressing, to your salads or whatever. Season your food with it, which should be whole plant foods. That's what we're designed to eat. We're designed to eat whole plant foods. Mostly all, 90 to 100% of all of the food that we should be putting in our body should be raw foods. It should be raw fruits, vegetables, herbs, you know, and even some legumes and some seeds and a few nuts. And water, you know, water balances everything out. Water purifies the body. It washes, it cleanses the outside and the inside. When you're hungry, most times, when you feel that you're hungry, most times you're just thirsty. Most times you're dehydrated. A diabetic is always dehydrated. People that have high blood pressure, they're dehydrated and they're malnourished. The reason why you keep eating the crap that you're eating, which includes potato chips, pastries, cookies, donuts, crackers, bread, all of this gluten crap and all of this concentrated sugar, all of these sugary drinks, all alcohol, all of this stuff is meant to pull you away from yourself and to distract you from the feelings that are there, so you don't have to deal with it. People that are overweight, they deal with struggles in life by distracting themselves with food. And it's mostly because they're addicted to food. You know, it's the sugars, it's the salts that's inside of the food, it's the gluten that turns into sugar in the body, and it acts as glue in the body, and it binds to the colon walls, which makes it hard because it's the glue is the combination between the gluten and the mucus in the body that makes it hard for humans to absorb nutrients, to live abundantly in this life, in this spiritual light. So in order to grow, you have to rid yourself of distractions. And if it takes a few days for you to do something like that, just to find to yourself, go into yourself and everything like that, and just water fast, not being around anyone, you know, have like a beautiful naturist scene that you can look at out the window, have a bathroom nearby, you know, like you find yourself getting a headache or whatever, you know, pull out the enema bag, do a few enemas, cleanse the junk out of your colon, you know, wash it out. You'll feel better, trust me. You got a headache, 10-15 minutes later after an enema, it's gone. You don't have to use coffee or anything else, or lemon juice or nothing like that. Just use natural spring water. Just use natural spring water, you know, just to cleanse the debris out of your colon. It's mostly the larger colon that cleanse it out or whatever, but it does make a difference. You can feel it. You know, many people don't have the means to get out there and do a colonic, you know. But if you do, go get a colonic done too. Get a colonic. You don't want to have a stranger doing it, you know. Next best thing is an enema and a water fast combined together. Enemas and water fast are amazing. They work wonders for the human body. especially a human body that's on a path of greatness. See, our body, when we stop eating, our body is not focused. The energy in our body, the portals, all of the seven chakras in our body is not focused on one chakra is not taking up all the energy doing something like digesting food. Instead of our body focusing on digesting food for the next 3 to 4 days or extended periods for many people, and that's my goal. One of my goals is to do a 20-day water fast. I'm gonna do that pretty soon. But now, since I have a very physical job and stuff like that, right now, while I'm still working for this organization, I am going to take advantage of the time that I do have to do a fast, that I'm not working, you know, and I'm going to give my body a chance to heal itself and to do a little bit of detoxing. Because detoxing is the way out. Detoxing includes flus. It includes breakouts throughout the body, in the face, the chest, the arms, the back, the legs. You break out, yes. You get rashes and stuff like that because everything is pushing out through your pores, especially when you're sweating. And that's the reason why people get flus. When people get the flu and stuff like that, and your temperature rises in your body, your temperature's rising so you can sweat. So it can push it out of your pores. And you know, that's why it's important to exercise. Exercise is very important. When you're panting, your heart is racing and everything like that, and you're sweating for over 45 minutes to an hour or more, that's a good thing. You're detoxing. You're intaking a lot of air, especially when you're outside exercising, and you're sweating out a lot of toxins. There's a lot of toxins in your sweat. I don't take any medications, I don't do any kind of drugs or nothing like that. I used to drink a lot. I used to do a lot of drinking and stuff, mostly on the weekends. You know, that was years ago. And then just a few months ago, I gave up drinking wine. I used to love drinking every once in a while, red wine. I would have it like twice a week or whatever. You know, I have a couple of glasses of red wine. But even that, you know, I feel better not having it, you know, because there is no need for it. There's no need for it. You know, for those that think that drinking any kind of alcohol is good for you, look at what it does to the body. It puts a lot of strain on the liver. Lots of strain on the liver. It's a starch. It stiffens the nerves. It weakens the immune system. It opens you up spiritually to everything that is out there that is negative, for it to come and affect you. That's still and trapped energy that can greatly affect the body and the organism as a whole, you know, because what affects you energy-wise, it's going to affect you physical-wise. And so that's what that's all about. You got to rid yourself of all of these distractions. It's the distractions that's holding you back. It's watching reality television. It's watching your favorite TV shows. It's watching this and watching that on the idiot box. That's holding you back. You need to hunker down and you need to study yourself. You need to close your eyes. And just breathe. You need to center yourself. It's all about centering yourself. Centering the root chakra, centering the sacral chakra, centering the solar plexus chakra, centering the heart chakra, centering the throat chakra, and the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. You gotta center all of these energy portals in your body, energy portals. And they move in a world-like setting. They can move this way or that way. Each of them got their own significant color. And when you're at your peak in vibrancy, like, the colors are just beautiful. And you can sense them, you can see them actually. When you're paying attention, when you're centered, when you got all these distractions away from yourself, and you're focusing on being present and spiritually conscious, you can do this. It's much more than just what you eat. Fruits and vegetables, all plants, like mostly in a raw state with water, with lots of water, is only part of it. Is your relationships as well. If you have negative relationships in your life, it's going to hold you back. If you're not getting sunshine every day, it's going to hold you back. If you're not getting rest every night, you're not sleeping until your body is fully rested, mostly every night. I know it's not feasible for many every night, but mostly every night. You're going to be lacking. It's going to show somewhere. In order for this to not show, in order for you to flow endlessly in the light, vibrantly, you're going to have to rid yourself of distractions. You're going to have to rid yourself of distractions. You follow me? Like, it is, all it is to it is nothing to it but to do it. We're living here in this experience to be wholly aware of the eternal light that's inside of us and that's out of us. And yes, many times it could be dark, and like I said before, many times you have to be the light in your own darkness. In your own darkness, you have to be the light. Be your own light. That's what Jiddu Krishnamurti said. He was a really inspirational philosopher. Be your own light. I'm not talking about your deities and your religion. I'm not talking about your gurus or your teacher, your school teachers or whatever. I'm not talking about your coach. I'm not talking about anyone. Not your spouse, not anyone. You gotta be your own light. You have to be the light. You don't need no one but your own self. Because without yourself, you can be nothing for no one else. So you gotta be the light. And that goes for everyone. Everyone has to be the light. It's a struggle, not to rely on others for stuff, or emotional support and all this and that. But it could be done. Hunker down and do it. Because once you're shining your light, it's going to automatically pull in. You're going to magnetize that positive energy. And that's the most important thing here in this experience. You have to be present. You gotta rid yourself of the distractions of the world. If they're telling you to put a face covering on when you go outside with the sunlight hitting you, don't do it. if they're telling you to listen to everything they're saying about what's going on with this virus and stuff like that, like, don't do it. Do your own research. Do your own research. It is not a deadly virus. I had to say that on the slides. It's not deadly. Everyone is going to get it. You hear me? Everyone is going to get it. Now, get sick from it, that all depends on you and what you're doing with your body and your immune system. If you have a lifestyle that includes a lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, very little rest, eating a lot of junk food, potato chips, candy bars, and Nutri-Grain bars, and all this other packaged junk, of course, you're gonna inevitably get sick during flu season. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna panic, and then you're gonna go up to the DR, and they're gonna test you and see if you have it, and it's gonna test positive, and you're gonna panic, and then they're gonna tell you to stay put for 14 days, and then they're gonna want you to come back, get tested again. And by the way, when I'm talking about with testing, you test positive for it, that means that you have it for life. It's gonna live in your body dormantly for your life. Now, if it affects you, that all depends on your immune system. If it affects you, that means you have a weak immune system from what you're doing with your body. If you're doing all those hectic things that I stated, yes, it's gonna affect you. Like any kind of flu, any kind of viral strain will affect you. You're gonna get headaches. You're gonna get the flu. You're gonna get the cold. You're gonna get cancer. You're gonna get heart attacks, heart disease, which includes heart attacks and strokes. And they're gonna tell you that there's no cure for chronic heart disease. There's no cure for diabetes. There's no cure for high blood pressure. There's no cure for cancer. There's no cure for this and for that. And just throwing this out there, any kind of virus you get, there is no need for you to have a cure from it. You have to cure yourself from the madness. You have to get yourself away from the distractions. You have to stop doing what you're doing that is holding you back. Person get HIV. That person can be undetectable. That person can get to the state of being undetectable on a test that they tested positive for in the past by switching their lifestyle and cleaning it up and centering themselves and getting into a state of realization that our body is the healer. So when you test positive for the virus, the virus is going on now, and then you go back and you test negative for it, that just means that you're undetectable. You still have the virus. It's still living in your body. And the reason why it's not affecting you in a physical sense is because it is dormant. It's living in your body dormant until your hormones start reacting to what you're doing to your body that's making you sick in the first place. Then you're gonna test positive for it if you go and get tested again, and you're gonna be like, wow, I tested negative last time. It's because you were undetectable. The reason why I was undetectable is because you were not sick anymore, or you were still sick. You were getting better. Your immune system was getting stronger. It was overtaking everything. Our immune system is our medicine. The food that we put in our body is the medicine. I'm not a healer. No doctor out there is a healer. I'm talking about naturopathic this time, not allopathic. I'm talking about naturopath. No naturopathic doctor is a healer. He's a teacher. He or she is a teacher. The teachers. I'm a teacher. And you're the healer. You're the student and the healer. I'm the student and the teacher and the healer for myself. My body is a smart body that was made by Mother Nature. And it's the derivative from our ancient, most high and powerful ancestors that have brought us here to this planet and built this smart body and this beautiful existence that we live in. We actually live on a beautiful blue and green planet. This planet is very, very spiritual. But is a prisoner, is a prison for many, because they can't get out of the distraction. The distractional holds